Okay, hello, ladies and gentlemen, to this presentation. Here to present to you, as it says, the Regal Eagle Infrastructure Fund. We're going to learn more about what that is, but very grateful that you're in attendance. So let's begin. And as always, when we start, we need to throw out a confidentiality clause, a disclaimer that the information in this presentation should not be made available to everyone without our consent. And please do your own research. Because like everything, all risk involved, do your own due diligence. Make sure that you request additional information. You go and you physically attend. You do what you need to do to make sure that you don't lose funds, because that is the worst. Losing funds when you hope to multiply or expand your funds can be a very painful experience. I should know. So let's begin. So, table of contents. This is what we're going through today. Our executive summary and the company overview, our team, how much we are generating, the products, a deeper dive into one of the products, what we want you to do, what are your next steps, and how to go about, and what you should expect in return from us if you are to take the next steps. If you have any questions, please ask. We also have a question and answer section at the end. So, what is the Regal Eagle Infrastructure Fund? It is a fund. That term, fund is quite interesting, but we have many different funds allocated for different projects or different business expansion projects. So we need to partition the expansion and know where the growth is coming from. So it's a fund for that purpose, to know where growth is coming from and where not so much growth is occurring. And it's linked to actual economic activity. If one business is growing, then the fund should grow, right? Yes. So the overview of our company and how it is structured. So the top is we have a holding company where we hold all the assets, and our assets include ownership of our company. So we own, five different companies, and their assets are held under the control of the holding firm. It's not that complex, but I'm sure you know how holding companies work. So who's in our team? Well, we've got myself, So we have a few other engineers. If we go to the next slide, and who work both internally and externally or across other businesses. Some are not seen, but what can we take away from this? Well, Regal was open infrastructure fund as a way to sustain the growth, because as you know, to sustainably grow, you need to be allocating money towards assets. If you don't allocate funds towards assets, you're shrinking instead of growing, and this even occurs with personal finance, but that's another topic for another day. So it's like, okay, let's open up this fund and partition our spending so that some of our resources will go towards asset growth. And this was opened in 2021. I think we're about to switch provider, or actually we have switched provider, to provide value to our clients and to reduce fees, because right now we're in a tightening cycle. I'm an amateur economist, but yeah, I understand we're in a tightening cycle, and those fees are just gonna are crippling me. They're not going to, they actually are crippling me and my growth. So I had to switch to a new provider. A little bit about Eagles itself is a minor micro entity, turns over less than 10k per annum. No, it's extremely weak. Between the years of 2021 2022, our sales dropped 33%. The accounting years, that's seen on our official accounts. You can check that. Go HMRC, pull it up. But we all know there's a major factor between these years, and the reason why we can see probably across many businesses, sales have dropped. So I don't think it's anything we're doing. Not sales in particular. It's just the environment. And to be fair, you might be like saying, okay, it's not such a huge amount, but how does that translate when we talk about future investment into Nigeria or Africa? Then once we hit, let's say, 20 or 50,000, that becomes an actually significant amount. And if you're to read the plan is all based around growth and expansion in Africa, not necessarily to be a major player in the UK. So what we're offering these 3 bonds that we see here. There are more, and I ask you to go on to our website and check out the other stuff. It's still being developed at this time, but I'm sure a lot of the information that you would need is already on there, and there's even a request information button. Like I've said previously, I can send you the documents via email or however you want them to be transferred to you. It can be done. I'm more interested in the first one, the engineering infrastructure bond. And let's look at that in slight detail. So it's a collateralized loan, and what is I'm not sure if you're familiar with what that means. If it is a official financial jargon term, but what it means from the lens of Regal Holdings is that we have existing assets internationally which are currently producing return that we can put up front to our investors, basically sell that debt to the investor, and that debt will be exchanged. So the investor will take up that asset and its return and hold that as collateral to give us upfront financial support for for our future projects that we want to execute. And once we have completed our ambitious project and we put it online, then the investor can now hand back our asset and he will get his interest plus his capital return. I think it's a really fair arrangement and it's a good way. I think it's a good arrangement to provide investor peace of mind and also, our business. So a nice way to seek financing. So let's just see what this infrastructure bond is going to be spending. This loan, this debt money that it raises from its investors on one of those projects. This feature project is called Iyoko, and it's like a 10-unit housing development. It's got lots of facilities. 5 of the 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, 3 stories. Then you've got another 5 of the 2-story, 3-bedroom properties on. I think one will be on the right side and the other will be on the left hand side. You can see the visualizations on YouTube, and of course you can request more information. We have done a lot of drawing, design work, engineering of this. We've even broken down the costing and the time to construct. Just ask for all our material. We know that we need legal team, a security team. We actually need builders on our side. We know we need all of this stuff, so this is what we have planned for. But this is just a really snappy snapshot. And for you investors, how is this going to look? Well, let's just say, for example, you get a return of investment of 6%, and you say you're going to supply us with this much liquidity. After the end of the first year, you have these figures. The second year, the third, the fourth, the fifth. So 5 years in total. That's what you're going to be. That will be your growth. So what do you need to do? Well, first of all, you spend some time digitalizing our products and our service, and there's still a lot more to be done to make it on par with the existing systems that are out there, but we've realized that it's actually quite an expensive, actually it's a very expensive undertaking to get it to the level of some of the very, very good investment portals that are out there, and that's something we're looking into doing in the future for sure. We've contacted people about this and what it would cost and what how we would achieve that. But right now we've got a really, I think it's fit for purpose, especially as it's low. It's not a really high. It's not really a high value fund as of yet. So just go on to the portal, log in, or register, and once your account is activated, you'll get asked to fill out the KYC and AML. I don't think we'd have AML service, AML documentation, as well as investor questionnaire. Do you got an understanding of what you're getting into? Because you need to know this is a sophisticated product, and people with little knowledge are not allowed to, by law, to get involved in these things. So that's why we need to make sure that everyone really has knowledge of how these things work. And once your funds are in, the first month you'll be receiving your dividends in. It's not really a dividend, it's just like a return after the first month, 30 days. So it's really rapid. But if you want to take it a step further, be an equity partner, you could really try and take a chunk of the business. So instead of just getting a return on your money, you'll be partners with us. You'll own a percentage of the business, and that also is rewarded by monthly dividends. But again, contact us, see what is available to you, and we can proceed from there. So thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please ask them now. If not, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your evening, the rest of your afternoon. Just think about what we said here, and if it's something of interest to you, please get in contact.